looked like. Looked all weird and 40 and stuff.
Hey, man.
How you doing, Mr. D?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Mr. Silk, how are you?
I'm very good. Thank you very much, man.
That's super
Good week
stuff.
in Cape Town?
Yeah, man. It's been a good, busy week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, all these car guys, the manufacturers are just launching all these products. So it's very,
Yeah.
very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. And also, I love seeing that we finally got that Mac that we've been wanting.
What's that now?
I love that we actually got that Mercedes Benz that we've been wanting, that AMG that we've been wanting for all this time.
Yeah, man.
How was
We're
that?
slowly, yeah, we're slowly coming in now.
Yeah.
Just now about Mercedes. Mercedes has been very, very elusive
Mm-hmm.
for us to attend their events and get their cars. But yeah, now we're happy. We're in there now. Now it's for us to just show them and you know get their brand
Yeah.
seen by our followers, our
Yeah. Our
listeners.
audience. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
How was it? I mean, if you had this car, this beautiful, beautiful beast, how was it driving it, man? The entire
Yeah,
week.
man. So it's the class name. This one now is called code name is the W206,
Okay.
and it's built proudly in East London um, for both left-hand drive and right-hand drive markets. And about 95% of the C-class vehicles that are built at the East London plant, 95% of those are for export. We consume about 5% of what Mercedes builds at that plant. So you can imagine the numbers of how much how much they're churning out at that plant.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in terms of the car itself, this car is one of the car of the year 2022 car of the year contenders.
Okay.
So you can already sort of like see or know, but this is like one of those cars that are immaculately built. They do what they say on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes now is really emphasizing comfort
Mm-hmm.
in the C class. It's that they do offer the sportiness, but it's really comfort and technology that they
Yeah.
really really tend to do with the
Yeah.
C class, the new C class. We can even see with the lineup of their engines. There's no
Mm-hmm.
more six-cylinder engines. There's no more eight-cylinder engines that are going to be offered in the C class. All of
Okay.
them now are going to be four-cylinder engines. I think either at 1.5 or a 2 liter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right now um, for the launch examples, what's available now in South Africa, you've got the C200. That's
Mm-hmm.
petrol driven. It's a 1.5 liter turbo petrol.
Mm.
It gives you 150 kilowatts, 300 newton meters of torque,
Okay.
and then you've got a 1.5 liter turbo diesel
Mm-hmm.
engine. That one has 147 kilowatts and 440 newton meters of torque. So you can already judge. But the diesel is probably the best choice when it
Yeah.
comes to your choices with the C class. Now there's also like two trims that you can choose. There's no
Mm-hmm.
more base level now. There's no more base C class that you can buy.
Yeah.
Um, zonke ziqala phaa ku-avant-garde trim. So
Okay.
from avant-garde trim, and then give AMG line. So
Okay.
avant-garde trim will give you certain trims that are like all blacked out.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then you get your 18-inch five-spoke wheels. And then
Mm-hmm.
on the AMG line, what differentiates that would be probably like your chrome strips, especially pangapambili on the grill,
Mm-hmm.
and 19-inch wheels as standard for the
Okay.
AMG. You can option out some 19s for the avant-garde, but it's like an extra option that you have to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then what the new C class now offers is in terms of the driving dynamics and improvement on that is rear wheel steering now. So
Okay.
what that does is when you are trying to park a vehicle or when you are trying to go around a tight bend at less than 60 k's an hour,
Mm-hmm.
what the back wheels will do is if you are turning towards the right, the back wheels will turn towards the left, and that will decrease your turn radius.
Mm-hmm.
So the effect of that is that you are putting less steering input and you're getting more turns, and that just adds to the comfort of the car. You you,
Okay.
you are reducing the kujika kwakho, and then at higher speeds, at higher than 60 k's an hour, what the wheels at the back will do is when you're turning right, the wheels at the back will also turn right, so that imoto, it's as if it's just moving from side to side instead of actually turning, the direction of the car. So
Okay.
what that does is at higher speeds, 120, 140, it gives a bit of stability to the car when you're doing lane changes, when you're overtaking, or when you're taking a high speed corner. The car it just becomes more stable. And
Mm.
at the launch, yeah, I felt that effect. We were given like free reign. Mercedes, what I found
Really?
is what they do is they don't give like a set route. They just
Mm.
sort of like suggest where you can go, and then you can just
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
whatever you
Yeah.
want. And
Yeah.
luckily for me, the launch was in Cape Town, so
Yeah.
I knew all the roads. I knew what to do when, so I can really, really push the cars.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, my takeaway is the C220D. It's frugal. It's got lots of power. Um, and then, yeah, the other thing with in terms of improvement of technology with
Yeah.
driving
Yeah.
dynamics is the cars now have that 48-volt system.
Mhm.
Sort of like they call it EQ boost. It's like a
Yeah.
hybrid system that all the cars have now. And what that does is on demand, when you demand more power,
Mhm.
that electric system gives 15 kilowatts more and 200 newton meters more of torque,
Mhm.
and that makes the vehicle really, really sprightly when you want to do some overtaking moves or when you're
Yeah.
taking off from a robot. That power is given into the system for about 10 seconds to 15 seconds. Um, and that really, really gives the car some push.
Okay.
Inside, the technology, yo,
I was about to get into this. I mean, this car looks like a spaceship in the cockpit.
yeah, man. Yeah. They're calling it a baby's S class.
Oh, okay.
That
Oof.
because of that setup, that center infotainment setup. That one is
Mm.
you can either get it as a 10.1 inch or a 12.1 inch screen,
Okay.
but it works so well. So it's Mercedes' new MBUX system,
Okay.
just Mercedes user experience system, um, where basically all the features, you can access all the features through that
Mm.
screen. It's all touch screen. If you don't want to touch the screen, sometimes you touch the screen and it just leaves unsightly
Yeah.
fingerprints. If you
yeah,
don't want to do that, then you can either access all these systems via voice command. There's a lot of systems that you can just access via voice command, and the car will recognize your voice and change the stuff. You know,
mm,
like you tell them that your Mercedes to 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 open the sunroof, or to put down the driver's window only.
yeah,
Okanye
yeah,
okanye uthi hey ndiyagodola Mercedes, you know, uthi, hey, I know I'm feeling cold. Can you warm up the car inside? And then it will just warm the car up.
yeah.
It's like yeah, it's crazy, crazy.
I love
Um,
it. I love that as they're moving with their designing, change with the designing, moving to this shark-like design on the outside and everything. The technology is also getting better. I'm not gonna lie, the voice command. See, having seen videos of it and being inside of it, I love this car, the voice
yeah,
recognition and everything else that it can do.
yeah,
Also, I don't get the 10.2 and 12-inch. Who'd take the 12 if you've got the option of, I mean, the 10 if you've got the option of 12?
hey,
Is there,
I don't
is
know,
there
it's
difference? Is
my
there difference in price?
yeah,
Yeah, that's where I was going. Difference in
yeah,
price.
yeah.
What's the difference in the difference in 2 inches?
In the
The
well,
pricing.
it's just no, I don't. We don't know the pricing, the exact
Okay.
pricing for the entertainment system, but
Yeah.
yeah, you then look at the pricing of the car itself.
Yeah.
The C200,
Hmm.
the pricing of the C200 is 857,000 rand for the avant-garde, for the like the lowest spec is the avant-garde trim,
Yeah.
which is 857,000 rand.
It's
And then,
surprisingly low.
yeah, it's actually very affordable, actually, when you're
Yeah.
comparing it. This is like
Yes.
comparing it now
Yes. Yes.
to, the competitors in the segment. And then you've got the C220D, which
Hmm.
is 917,000 rand.
Okay.
When you look at the competitors, all the competitors are playing around the same price brackets. I would say that this Merc is probably, when you see that price, ne, it's probably one of the more affordable. But you
Yeah.
just remember that you need to just spec up some things to make it
Yeah.
what you want.
Yeah.
Um, the price list of each and every item, we
Yeah.
did not get that yet at launch, and I haven't played with the configurator to just see how much
See what?
that the one that I would prefer goes for. But
Yeah.
yeah, in the Manindo Apple Moto, it's really, really one of those cars that you want to spend like a lengthy amount of time
Mm.
with it. So I'm waiting for my turn to get a car for like a week and really get into what the car can do and what it
Yeah.
offers, and
Yeah.
then we
Yeah.
will come back there and we'll just speak some more. Right now we just fluff over a lot of things, but yeah, in about a month's time, so I would have had the car, tested it for a whole week, lived with it, and
Yeah.
just really get back some proper feedback about the whole more user experience with the car.
Okay. Okay. Let's get into the Ford Everest, 2023 Ford Everest quickly. Ford is doing the most with every single day, every other weekend that they're dropping something. What is happening at Ford? What is happening at
Yeah,
Ford?
man. Ford, they're always teasing us with these with these brochures and
Mm.
pictures of what they are going to be offering towards later on in the year or towards the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
And now here we're talking about the new Ford Everest, the shape of the new Ford Everest. We saw a lot at the end of last year the new shape of the Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
So we were expecting this look with the Ford Everest, but it's still such a striking design. And then
Mm.
you see that the whole box shape
Yeah.
continued paya ngasemva.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Ford, a lot of people are saying that this looks very, very boxy and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
They're worried about the drag coefficient,
Uh-huh.
and then in terms of the car is not going to be slippery, and whatever. It's going to have a
Yeah.
higher fuel consumption. But no, Ford
Yeah.
is promising. But no, it's actually gone through the wind tunnel testing, and it's better
Mm.
than what's outgoing.
Okay. Okay.
Even with the shape that you see there, it's all an optical illusion. But the car is going to be much better in terms of fuel economy.
Mm.
They're going to continue. They're going to continue with the engines that they have, the single turbo diesel, the
Mm.
Spy turbo diesel. So the single turbo diesel has 132 kilowatts.
Mm.
The bi turbo has 157 kilowatts. But what they're going to introduce now is a 3-liter V6 turbo diesel, which
Okay.
will which now we're speculating that it's gonna go to about 195 kilowatts for that one,
Mm-hmm.
between 180 and 195 kilowatts there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I don't know. They're putting now Raptor kits on all of these on all of these Ford off-road vehicles now.
Mm.
With the Ford Ranger Raptor, and then there's a Ford Bronco Raptor, which we're not going to get here in South Africa, but you, you can't put it past Ford to have a Raptor kit for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Ford
Yeah.
Everest as well.
Mm.
We're looking forward to that. Inside, much like the Ford Ranger that was introduced at the end of last year, you've got that
Mm.
12.1 inch touchscreen that's in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to give you all your commands, and then the interior is all lit up, nice,
Oh, it's beautiful.
fancy
It's
backlighting there that you can see.
beautiful. Mm.
Um, and then with the driver's uh, instrument cluster is going to be all digital, and it's going to have
Yeah.
all these fancy animation every time you change the driving mode. It's going to have
Mm-hmm.
this fancy animation that pops up. And then they've got two new four-wheel drive systems that they've installed in the upcoming Everest.
Yeah.
Depending on the spec that you choose, there will be like a permanent four-wheel drive, or a selectable four-wheel drive, depending
Mm.
on the spec that you choose. But pricing wise, okay, we don't have pricing because
Just yet.
this is expected only to come in towards the end of this year, or the
Maybe
beginning
next
of
year.
next year. And we
Okay.
all know now about pricing of anything right now is unconfirmable, because
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
wars going on right now in the Europe and
Yeah.
all that.
That's
So you
true.
never know what the oil prices are going to make everything else
Yeah. That's true.
change in terms of pricing. But into the way it looks mean.
It does.
Um,
It
yeah,
does. Yeah.
yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Okay. Also, what we're going to be looking at is let me just get this right so that I can. We're talking about the Peugeot 208 1.2T, ne? Yeah.
Yeah. So this past week I was testing Peugeot 208, the hatchback.
Mm, mm,
It arrived here in South Africa middle of last year.
yeah.
But I think they had really, really big problems in terms of supply. Not because of South Africa, just because of the computer chip shortage
Yeah, I
problems that
remember.
the whole world has been
Was
having a
experiencing.
problem with. Yeah.
Mm, mm,
So I finally got my hands on the 1.2 T Allure.
mm-hmm.
So the Allure it's a 1.2 liter petrol turbo,
Okay.
but it's got 74 kilowatts. It's the 74 kilowatt model,
Uh-huh.
and it was a manual. Mine was a manual, so it's like a six speed manual,
Mm-hmm.
and Yeah, the build quality. So this is also this 208 Peugeot is also like a car of the year contender,
Yeah.
finalist for car of the year, and the build quality of this car is impeccable. For the segment, they they offer a lot of features, and the pricing is competitive, to the point where it's actually undercutting a lot of the traditional guys like the VW Polos and all
Yeah.
that. That's the size of this car. So it's undercutting those, and but offers a bit more in terms of features. Um, your touch screens, what all you can access inside,
Mm-hmm.
um, the safety features, the airbags, the amount of airbags inside.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it really is quite. It's one of those cars that people just need to change their mindset, in terms of Peugeot, Citroen. Yes,
Yeah.
these French cars have been fraught with the problem, the reliability problems that they had like maybe 10 years ago. But the company has turned another leaf right now,
Mm.
since maybe about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Um, they are a whole different product now, and they offer the backup. Um,
Yeah.
Peugeot is Stellantis, the Stellantis group
The
that
group.
owns
Yeah.
Peugeot. They are building a lot of dealerships around the country just have that footprint
Mm-hmm.
to have that footprint so that they are visible, and that whoever's buying into the brand just has that peace of mind. Um, when they buy into the brand, they're not going to be left out
In the
on a
cold. Yeah.
lurch.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
think.
car
I
itself,
think. Yeah.
the 208, it's got nice, very, very nice dynamics. Yeah, iyahlala endleleni. It's got that steering wheel that's small, and it gives like a go-kart feel when you're driving the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the steering wheel is so small, and
Yeah.
then look at the instrument cluster. You can only see it above the steering wheel. You can't look at it through the steering wheel.
Through the steering wheel. Yeah.
Yeah, and that just gives it that nimbleness, that feeling of nimbleness, and it actually is nimble. The car, is very, very, very stable. I took
Mm-hmm.
it. I did a lot of high speed
Yeah.
driving with this car, just to that
To
pushing
see
and
how far
trying
I
to
can push
see.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It can handle. It can handle.
Also, as you're saying that they're trying to build their reputation, they've had a really bad, tough reputation in South Africa because people don't want unreliable, expensive cars that if you're ordering a part, will take like a month, 2 months to get here. But now, I remember earlier on when we spoke about Stellantis buying Peugeot, they say that they want to change their turnaround time, that you can get parts in 24 hours, the bigger parts in 24 hours,
Mhm.
and then the smaller parts, you can get them almost immediately at these dealerships. And they did say that if you're trying to buy into, they help support you in building that dealership wherever you want to be. And they're looking to move into different cities, not just the big cities in South Africa. So if you're looking at this and thinking that I would love to be own a part of, you need to get into this, because if you're looking at the big group and the brands that are owned by Stellantis, you want to be a part of this, especially if you're in your car business.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Stellantis is a big group. They've got
Yeah,
6 brands in the country,
yeah,
and they're really going hard at trying to allay all these fears that have plagued all the individual brands in the past. Alfa
yeah.
Romeo, Jeep, Opel, Citroen, Peugeot. So I'll say, right now is the time to actually look into this brand,
Yeah.
especially when you know that they're really trying to attract customers. So you know they're gonna treat you well. You know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna
Jump in
you're
now.
not gonna walk in. Yeah, you're not gonna walk into the dealership and be taken for granted. You know, as soon as you
Yeah.
walk in there, they will want you to walk out with having signed something. You know, so
Yeah.
they're gonna treat you
Yeah.
well. Yeah, the guys are gonna treat you well.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I remember we spoke about this car earlier on, and just a reminder of the pricing and everything else we can talk about.
Okay, so Fuko E208 Active, which is the entry level, is 307,000 Rand to get into that one.
Mhm.
And then the one that I had is the 1.2. So the Active is a 1.2, but it's not turbocharged.
Okay.
And then when you move up to the Allure, it's the 1.2 turbo, which has 74 kilowatts, and
Mhm.
that one is three 358
Okay.
thousand won. And then the top one is the the 208 1.2 turbo
Mhm.
GT, and it's an auto it's a 6-speed automatic. That one has 96 kilowatts. So that one is a more what you would say the performance one.
Okay.
Um, and it's at that 396,
Mm.
you're going to find it hard to find competitors that are at the same
Level.
pricing,
Yeah.
and give uh,
Support.
the same or more performance and features
Mm.
for that price. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do we talk about what we're going to be doing from the 16th to the 20th, or do we wait for next week?
Let's wait for next week. There's a lot of things that I need to just confirm,
Okay.
because yeah, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a local one for us,
Mm-hmm.
as
Mm-hmm.
K
Mm-hmm.
as KNR. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to just confirm a few things before see Papa she. Singathetha into ezingekhoyo, yabo. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so because it is important to know who's in the sale, because I remember a number of brands wanted to jump on, or some jumped on at the last minute. So okay, no problem.
That's right.
I want to say to baby and this young lady sitting across from me, eat your heart, but it's okay. We'll wait for next week. Thank you very much, Mr. D.
Super. Thanks
Yeah,
so much for
so
having me. Catch
yeah,
you next
still
week.
Zambete and the Wills Review right here on Kenal Radio, according to you. Back next week, same time, same place. We're doing that again. But for now, let's just prepare to go to the bottom of the hour. We're going to be sitting with Eco and doing most of Saturdays.